pretty. This is one that they're just finished a remodel. So our inspection period wasn't right in the first 10 days. It was once we got completed.
Right. That's cool. So is this over there off of Sandario and Ina somewhere?
So it's off Senderio, and Picture Rocks Road is the closest big intersection.
Oh, okay.
And it's on Old Pecos Place. It's actually a paved road, which is great out there because there's a lot of dirt roads.
Oh, believe me, I drove on one for a year and 4 months when I was renting a room from a friend of mine out there. And it's, it was weird to be driving on Ina Road and it was all dirt.
For sure. Yep, it's not the Ina you think of.
Exactly. Okay, well, let's see. We've talked a lot about the Ford call. And I think that everyone kind of has a grip on that and a concept and understanding of the Ford call. So there's some other offbeat scripts. One of the common ones they talk about a lot and have practice with is everybody pretty much familiar with the gratitude script?
I don't know. I
Okay.
like gratitude.
Well, let's just kind of review it a little bit because, again, occasionally when you get into a phone call, sometimes if you kind of get that, oh my gosh, where am I going to go with this? And you feel like you're getting stuck maybe with someone that you're trying to talk to. Sometimes you can, kind of shift into another script that'll help you get through the rest of the call. And even if it just draws one or two questions out of that script, it still kind of opens the door to try to keep the conversation moving and not have it hit one of those uncomfortable pauses where you're kind of like trying to figure in your head what to say next. And the client's going, okay, now what? We all hit that. We've all done that. So in the gratitude script, if you will, it's just kind of along the lines of, hi, it's Larry with Keller Williams and well, I'm not a team. I hate these scripts when they put the team in there. And the team, and I was just calling to find out, how are you doing? Is everyone managing now? We've talked about that as part of the call now with COVID-19 and things like that. But there's a couple of the things there. Obviously, when you open that up, it's again, the reminder is let them talk. Sometimes there's that uncomfortable pause while they're thinking about, okay, they've asked me this question and that's really kind of offbeat from real estate, but let me think about an answer, but you just got to sit and wait. And then if they just balk, then you maybe jump in and go, oh, did I catch you off guard? Is this not the best time to call? That's your out when you hit those things. But another thing, another part of the line here is, hey, I was just thinking of you and how grateful I am to know you. You've always been a great friend and supported my endeavors. Depending upon the level of how close you are with these people, how can I help you? Is there anything I can do to help you with real estate or otherwise? Another one might be, once you know how much I appreciate you, and as always, just know we're here to serve you in any way we can. Again, when you get into those conversations, and I've had this happen many times where it gets kind of stuck, where it just feels like the conversation isn't going anywhere, these can be some of those default things. And this is the one I like the most. Again, I want to know how much I appreciate you, and always just know that we are here to serve you in any way we can. In fact, I'll be checking in a bit more frequently over the next few months if that's okay. So it does two things. It's that I care about you, but it also kind of sets up for an expectation that when you send them an email or another follow-up call, hey, I've already told you that I'm going to reach out to you. So the next time they may not be as surprised. Next time they're going, oh, well, this is just the check-in call, but yeah, I did talk to a friend of mine that was talking about wanting to buy a house or sell their house or something like that. So again, these are some of those in the gratitude script, if you find it in some of the materials that we have, and I think it was in, this I think came from, I believe it was in the first, or the first Bold 2.0. Those are a couple of good lines. If anyone needs to be connected to resources, real estate or otherwise. So again, somebody talks about, that we're thinking about remodeling or adding a room, or we need to completely resurrect the bathroom or something like that. Well, if you know of anyone that needs to be, if you need to be connected to some resources for that, again, some of these quick answers to be the source of the source, real estate or otherwise, let me know. We've been helping people connect with low rate refinances for contractors that are doing remodels, roofers, especially in the summertime here, since we're getting into monsoon season. These fallbacks are some of those things to be aware of. So again, that's off of the gratitude script that was in the Bold 2.0. Then there's some more similar stuff like this with the Care Call Trusted Advisor conversation. So this is, again, where you're reaching out as a caring individual, but also the trusted advisor thing, checking in to see how you and the family are doing. How's everything been adapting to all the changes in the world? That, of course, references current and still current information. Let them answer again. And then actually, to my surprise, the kids are enjoying the family time. There's, something they might say, with all the sports and activities, it was a struggle to get the family time together. Now with all of us at home, we've had some really great family time. That hopefully is the kind of answer you'll get from them. So again, they say something like that and you're like, what's next? So it's a repeat and reaffirm, then follow up with a question. Glad to hear the kids are doing great. Any newer rebirth family rituals that have come from all of that? Client, at dinner, we do high lows for the day or whatever else. Then the repeat and affirm. Oh, highs and lows. I love that. We'll give that a try at dinner tonight. Thanks for the tip. These are just some of those simple things to get you out of that sticky point, because they happen in almost every phone call. Follow-up forward questioning. So how's this thing impacting things at work right now? Again, let them answer. Follow-up question, so far so good. Are you sensing that layoffs are imminent? Or have you and your friends, found that they've, back into the workforce in a steady way? And then so wherever that conversation may go, but again, it's that Care Call Trusted Advisor conversation. And that thing's actually pretty lengthy. You can even wrap it back around to a forward question at the end. So when the dust settles from all this, what are you itching to get out and do? Any vacation or travel plans later in the year? So simple questions, things that we talk about a lot. Then you get in the phone call and you forget, or that sticky spot comes where you're just kind of stuck, and you may have some of that. So I don't know if anybody has any of these scripts at their fingertips or whatever, but anybody want to try and run through any of them, of these or any others that you might have? Again, an opportunity to script practice if both sides have the scripts.
So I have the Ford sandwich script.
Okay.
I have the 90 listings in 90 days ones that Big Dan gave us.
Okay. Well, on short notice, unfortunately, these are the only three that I have. But I'll tell you what, Robin, I'll play. Do you want to just pick one and let's roll through it?
Okay.
I mean, which one do you feel would most apply to your, to current day or the, current calls? If you were to make calls today, what script might you employ?
Well, maybe, I mean, I'm not very good at any of them.
Well, so, that's why we do this, right?
Right.
I mean, and again, it's just us. So practicing any script helps you become comfortable with the different things you're going to get into on the phone. So I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Let's just throw down and do it. It's all Sandlot here. It's not formal. And if it gets stuck, no big deal. But the more you do this, or more anybody does this or follows through with these, again, it's just to have those things. I guess my point is that in many conversations, I find myself reaching and grabbing bits and pieces from many different things that I've heard. And right. So much of this information in these scripts can cross over into other conversations because they're simple, basic, caring or supportive questions or comments that can work their way into any conversation. So it's, simply reading these scripts will implant something that I guarantee you'll pull out of nowhere in the middle of a conversation. And you'll be going, where did I get that from? Mm-hmm. I do that a lot. So let this, you have the script in front of you. Let me play the client. You be the agent, and you've got the script. This is an easy practice, but that's the point. It's practice.
Okay. And
right?
it's a forward call.
Yeah. All right. So just roll with it.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hi, this is Larry.
Good morning, Larry. How are you today?
Hey, doing pretty good. It's a Tuesday and I'm up early actually for a change.
Excellent. Well, this is Robin with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, and I'm just calling to check in and see how you and your family are holding up in this crazy world.
Well, hey Robin, thanks for the call. Yeah, it's totally been crazy and a totally different deal, but we're getting along. So far, no issues in our household, and I haven't really had any neighbors or friends that have had problems either. So far, so good.
Oh, that's excellent. We want to keep everyone healthy. Are you still able to work?
Yeah, we're working. The facility that I work with actually got one of the government essential notifications, since they do some government contract work and things like that. So yeah, we're all good.
Oh, excellent. Are you working from home or do you go into the office still?
I go into the office a couple times a week for just a short period of time so that we can formalize some of the things we're doing. But most of the rest of the time, the stuff that I do, I can do from home.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to work from home as well.
Yeah, I'd say it really helps. I mean, obviously with technology these days, it gets easy.
For sure. And now I feel like I want to put in something about real estate, but I'm not sure.
Well, try it. What are you thinking?
So actually working from home and everything using technology, I found, with the real estate business, we're able to offer even more in terms of like virtually showing clients properties, and it's actually opening up a whole new world for me.
Oh, that's interesting. You're talking about virtual tour or whatever. What does that mean?
So if you were interested to see a home, you wouldn't even actually have to go see the property. Like I would be able to show it to you with videos, Matterport 3D pictures that walk you through the home. And it just gives us that much more accessibility so that you can, choose properties that you'd like to see. And then virtually, I can show them to you over the computer.
Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. I've seen some 3D stuff on some news articles and things like that of properties and things like that, but I never really looked that close. That sounds kind of interesting, although, you still kind of have to walk through a house to really get a feel for it.
Well, if you found one that looked really interesting to you, it certainly can help you narrow down your choices. And then
That's
if
true.
it came right down to it and you really wanted to see it in person, of course, we would still make that happen and, use our social distancing and be able to
Oh,
do
okay.
that.
So some people selling are still doing that.
Yes. So, each seller has their own, different instructions, but we can usually make careful arrangements.
That's interesting. So that's actually kind of cool. So I don't have to travel all over town looking at all these different houses. I can look at them with this thing, get an idea, and maybe pick one or two that I really want to go see.
Exactly. Why don't you tell me your email and I'll be able to send you over an example. You can see what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, sure. It's Larry.miles@xyz.com.
Perfect. Well, I'll send over one, an example of a home tour. And then do you have my app? Maybe you can look on there and see properties that you're actually interested in.
Well, I don't know that I would use it, but I have a couple of people that are, kind of talking about maybe looking into properties or something. Is that an app can give to them somehow?
Absolutely. It's super easy to share. I'll text you over that link as well.
Okay, yeah, send it down. I'll take a look at it. It's something maybe I can get these friends to take a look at it too.
Oh, perfect. I'd really appreciate that. That's wonderful.
All right, Robin. What else? What else is going on in the marketplace?
Oh, well, the market's doing great. That's where I want to say why do you ask?
Well, no, we've already gone through. It's pretty obvious that I've set the stage where the friends are possibly more interested in real estate than me.
Okay.
All right. So, but, I could, some people ask that question in general. but everybody usually is curious about how's the market. Of course, we always say it's good, but
Yes.
you need to follow that up with something, a tidbit of some sort to put some meat on the table to answer that question.
So real estate is actually one of the most stable investments we have right now in this crazy economy. And there's very low inventory of homes, which is great for sellers. Properties are going very quickly, but it's also an opportunity for buyers because our interest rates are so low. So the buyers actually have more buying power at this point in time.
Yeah, I'm seeing some news articles and they keep talking about interest rates. In fact, we're talking about a possible refi, but not yet. But yeah, we're seeing that. I think, you know, if they're going to, if the economy is going to continue to go this way, maybe the interest rates will get even a little bit lower, and we really haven't investigated that yet. But yeah, thanks for the reminder on that. You know, we did talk about a possible refi before.
Oh, certainly. It is a good time to refinance if you ever need. I have, you know, connections with the different mortgage companies and lenders. If you want to investigate that further, refinancing is certainly a possibility. It could be a good tool at this time.
Okay. Well, yeah, I appreciate that. You know, let me talk to the wife and because we tabled that question or that topic like 2-3 weeks ago, and then we just really haven't talked about it again. We've been, you know, focused on still trying to work. So, but okay, I'll keep that in mind. You're sending over that demo thing. Just put a note in there about the refi thing too.
Certainly, I'll include some information about refinancing. And, you know, for example, Keller Mortgage has a great program that, you know, it saves you. There's no bank closing fees. That's not true.
It's lender fees. The quick line is we've got Keller Mortgage, even in a refi, it's no lender fees. So there's no processing fee, there's no loan origination fee, and there's no underwriting fee. That can save on average almost $2,500 right there. And Keller Mortgage is still offering $1,000 bonus as well.
Oh, you're so good. That's perfect.
I know it because we're in the middle of doing one with Keller Mortgage right now for this house.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Larry, could you say the no again? No lender fee, no processing.
Yeah, what it is, okay, there's 3 items there's 3 items that are key lender fees. So that's the term, the lender fees: origination fee, underwriting fee, processing fee.
Okay, thank you.
So every mortgage company, that's where the mortgage companies make their money, especially the origination. That, you know, back in the day, they were charging as much as 2 and 3 points on a deal to just originate the loan. You know, I saw some people with $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 in origination fees. So the upshot is that by the underwriting fee is typically $1,600, $1,800, processing fee is $700, $800. And then so on. So and then the underwriting fee as well. So around $2,500 is an average savings. The higher the loan amount goes, the more you're going to save. But that's pretty much the savings that the program offers. And they still, at this point, if there's a loan above $150,000, they're also throwing in $1,000 towards closing costs. So, like I said, we took advantage. My daughter owns this house, and we're just about to close next Monday on a refi. We went from 4.875 to 3.5.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, $250 a month change.
Wow. Yeah, so it really helps.
So yeah, you know, any feedback on how Robin handled the call from anybody there?
I noticed a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wanted to tell you, Robin, good job for staying positive and getting to the finish line. I thought you did really well. One of the things I noticed that you did great is you paused when you said buying power for the buyer. You know, you were explaining how it's a good time to be both seller and buyer. So I liked that. You paused, and I like that word, buying power. And then, but one thing I think it should have been maybe a little bit more assertive about. You said, why don't I get your phone number or something? And you did it very casually, and you got the information, but just maybe be more forthright. What's your phone number, or what's your email rather?
Okay.
just to get that information. So
Definitely. I know I need more confidence, like in general with my phone calls. I definitely do.
yeah.
You know, then, oh, go ahead, Hope. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's all right.
So, hang on a sec, Jason. I'll get to you. Robin, one of the things I will say to you is when you're reading scripts, even if you're just on your own, you might take these scripts and just sit down and read them aloud. There's a big difference between reading a script to memorize it. There's also how you present, the inflection you have in your voice, tone of your voice, confidence in your voice, all of those things. So the more you read these aloud, the more you'll kind of step up your speaking and how you string things together in a smoother process. It sounds really silly. I mean, totally silly. And I learned this, many, many years ago, and this is what I was taught to learn how to do radio. Take the newspaper, read the article aloud, and then figure out where to put the inflection points. Like Hope was saying, your inflection point, and we do this in bold, where you hit a key phrase, you're able to buy more house, and you pause and then emphasize. You could buy more house with a real nice down firm. So for you, just reading scripts aloud, so that stuff kind of comes off smoother, it's more strung together, what have you, and then, you assemble your thoughts. If you take that script and just read the agent portions nonstop and reread it, but read them aloud, not read them to memorize, read them aloud. Everybody should do that because that makes it more practice in coming off with a smooth rap. We're going to wrap the real estate script here. No, it just comes off smoother and makes you sound more professional.
Definitely. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it has a little bit more of the presenter type of thing to it. But it makes you sound, really more together and more confident in what you're talking about. Jason, what was your comment?
I was a lot what you were going to say. Read it out loud, kind of make it your own. And the other thing is that he gave you some gold mines that he was going to share with his friends. So I know that you're nervous, but at the same time, pay attention to what he was saying and take notes. Because he mentioned he was going to, he didn't have the need for it, but he was going to share your app people. That's an open door. Or would it be, what do you do introduce me to those people? Did that come through?
Okay, so I know that was a long statement there, Jason, but the whole time you were making that statement, you were in a dead spot.
Well, that sucks. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it was the phone connection. It was doing the.
Oh, so what I was saying is I was agreeing with.
And of course, it dropped out
Didn't have
again.
in trouble, but he was telling me like the referrals. I definitely didn't jump on the referral piece enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, hey, what's their name? What's their number? Well, or how could I contact them? Or would you give them my name and tell them to call me? Or one of those kind of things.
And Larry's tip about the downswing is so good. I know we all need to work on that because I can even hear myself doing like an upswing. I'm like, because they tell us you don't really believe when you make an upswing. People are like questioning, is that really real versus bringing it to the low point. It has more gravitas or something, I guess.
Yeah, in Bold, we did a practice on a script that was like the line, do you know anybody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? And in our practice, we go, do you know of anyone who's interested in buying a house or selling a house or investing in real estate? It sounds choppy saying it that way or uncomfortable, but that pause and emphasis and that downswing of this is it. This is what I'm talking about, as opposed to, anybody looking to maybe buy a house? Question, please give me the answer I'm looking for. Huh? Do you know anybody looking to buy a home? Yes, no. Hey, oh, you do. Do you know anybody looking to sell a home? So, it's really kind of strange to try to talk that way because it's just it's not normal. But when you pause and emphasize like that, the person you're talking to has no other option but to completely think about and come up with an answer to what you just said.
It comes across so different. That's so interesting. Yeah.
But that makes it stand out, and it's like really firm. Anybody looking to buy a home. We actually did this thing. Let's pause, like 3 clap. Do you know anybody looking to buy a home, sell a home, invest in real estate? It's a little exercise from Bold.
Yeah, to make us pause. Yeah, that's a good one. Too.
Make it pause, and then it gives the other person time to think. So you're making a very confident, firm statement, or asking a very confident, firm question, and giving them time to think of an answer. It's like, hey, know you're looking to buy a house? Come on. That kind of thing.
Right.
All right. Well, so we've kind of already shot the half hour here. Small group, but thanks for, I guess, coming in. I wasn't ready to be your head guy today.
Leader.
Yeah, well, sometimes we fake it good.
Actually, guys, before we cut off, I'm guessing Dan probably won't listen to this. And since he's not here, I thought it would be hilarious if one of these days, as many of us as we could find an image that looks like Dan with like a bald head and a beard. Because to me, I feel like maybe some of the women, we don't get on in the morning because we don't look that great. But I'm like, hey, we could all come in looking like Dan.
That'd be fantastic.
It could be really hilarious. So
that'd be fantastic.
I don't know that my computer, I don't think it's even new enough to put up this special screen, but I just thought.
Well, no, it's just find a picture and upload it to your background library.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
I did put one up today. I've never done that. So
yeah,
anyway, I just thought it could be really hilarious one of these days if he got on and we all looked like him.
Yeah, right. We'll have to actually
like some filters out there or something.
Yeah, just everybody find a picture somewhere and then load it up into your thing, and then just randomly every now and then just pop one in. So if someone does that every day, it'll be like, oh, who is it today? That's a great idea, Mara.
I just know we appreciate him so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be a fun thing.
All right, guys, go have a good day. I've got my Portland buyer is coming in on Sunday. I was up this morning sending him properties that we're going to go see. Good luck with what you're working on today. Anybody got something? Anybody got appointments they're doing today at all?
Facebook lead looks promising.
There leads in from, like they say, you got a short amount of time to respond to those leads before someone else does.
Yep. Keep it on them.
Okay.
Thanks.
Make some calls, set some appointments.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody.